next presenter is Abel Mkulama, a first-year master's student in coastal science and policy. And he works on a project which is of great personal importance to him, which is getting his fellow Malawians to adopt the use of agricultural waste briquettes for fuel, especially indoors in place of wood and charcoal. And to tell us why it's important, please welcome Abel to the stage.
I grew up in northern Malawi, in Southeast Africa. And as a kid, I vividly remember walking distances of up to 5 miles to help my mother gather firewood. And then walk all the way back home with a big bundle of firewood on my head, tired and exhausted. And boy, I couldn't wait to grow up and get out of that village. At first, escaping the village struggles and poverty was all that I wanted. But 10 years later, I was in college and I wanted to give back. And I began to search for solutions to some of the problems that people are facing in my community. I found that 98% of Malawians still use charcoal and firewood for cooking, and that is having terrible impacts on the environment and also on people's health. Burning charcoal and firewood causes two problems. First, it increases high levels of indoor air pollution, known as particulate matter. Particulates can be incredibly dangerous for health because they increase the risk to pneumonia and tuberculosis. In fact, scientists are now referring to the problem of indoor air pollution as the new silent killer. For instance, in my country, pollution-related pneumonia cases are responsible for thousands of deaths of children under the age of 5. The risk is particularly greater on women and children because they are exposed to 10 times more particulate matter than is recommended by the World Health Organization. Burning charcoal and firewood also has led to unprecedented levels of deforestation. And without our forests, soil erosion is increasing, and sediments are filling up Lake Malawi, which is having an impact on our tourism, power generation, and fisheries. As a graduate student, I partnered with smallholder farmers in Lilongwe, our capital city, to produce a prototype for an alternative source of cooking fuel by compressing waste from locally available crops through a process known as briquetting. And to produce these briquettes, we turn crop waste from crops such as corn and rice into charcoal dust by burning it in metal barrels and a limited amount of oxygen. We then use that charcoal dust to mold briquettes that burn quicker and cleaner and hotter and cost less amount of money to produce. I've now passed the research and development phase, and I'm looking to scale up the production and distribution of the briquettes using a farmer-based model. My research idea is very simple, but one that can save lives and prevent deforestation. Thank you.
I understand that when you grew up in Malawi, you didn't have electricity for a lot of the early part of your life. Are the villagers that you're seeking to convert to using briquettes, are they without electricity right now?
Absolutely. So in Malawi, only 11.4% of the population has access to electricity. And with that, electricity is only supplied 5 hours on average per day. So we don't have gas. The only other alternative to cooking fuel is trees, and you cut trees and produce charcoal, or you use them as firewood. So it's really a problem.
What changed in your own village when you were growing up that brought electricity into your life, actually?
Also, when I was growing up, like I said, those were some of the challenges that I faced motivated me to think beyond my village and move to places that would allow me to search for solutions. And so I found a refuge in education. So worked hard, went to college, and that was a big change for me. And I didn't use electricity until I was 60.
So, in general, it sounds like people are happy with the briquettes that you're designing, but is there any experience or roadblocks that you're finding from switching to briquettes from what they previously used?
So the challenge that would now exist for people to switch from charcoal and firewood to more sustainable ways would be the cost. So for example, we have gas stoves that are being promoted, but they're just way too expensive for people in local communities to afford. But these briquettes can be produced locally by the farmers themselves using raw materials that are available in the communities, and so they're way cheaper than other alternatives.
That's great. And has this also appealed to the conservation movement in Malawi as well? Has there been much interaction with conservationists as well, in addition to working towards getting folks to use these new fuels?
So conservationists have really worked with government to stop people from cutting down trees. But in 2017, government passed a law to ban selling of charcoal and firewood. But people just don't have any other option. So it's not really solving the problem. And the government cannot enforce this problem, this law that they passed. Because we need to provide an alternative source. That's what I'm doing.
Sounds great. Wow.